How are you doing today? I'm Christina Marshall.
I'm good. I'm Kathy Besh.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Alright, so what I did was we had a case study, and that was pretty much going over different assessments that we had to do with the student, and I just wanted to go over some results and some of the activities that we did as well.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to turn and talk about the elementary reading attitude survey and also the elementary writing survey. So that assessment, it's composed of a Garfield assessment, and it has like different activities on there that the kids they feel fits them. So for instance, it may say, do I like to write in a journal, or do I like to write on my free time? And so the kids would have to circle, and then once it was completed, I would have to go back in and calculate the results.
Okay.
So Chantanay, she scored a raw score of 39 on recreational reading, which she was in the mid-year percentile rankage of a 97%. So that's considered above average. And her academic reading raw score came out to be 22%. And her mid-year percentile rate was 25%, so that's considered below average.
Yeah. Okay.
And her elementary writing attitude survey, she had a raw score of 53 with a percentile rankage of 3, so that's really low.
Yeah.
That's really low.
That's not very surprising based on what I've seen.
Right. Okay, so next we're going to move on to test 3, which was the Equal Shakir Test 3 phonics exam. And the student she had to read a couple of different words, and I would have to test her to see if she could understand the skill associated with the word. So the first element I tested her on was application of phonics skills and context. The mastery score was a 65, and her score was 50 out of 73, which she did not master that.
Right.
The initial consonants, the mastery was a 9. She scored a 10 out of 10, which she did master that. The initial blends and digraphs, she had a mastery of 9, and she scored an 8 out of a 10, which that was considered mastered. And there was also one other thing, the substitution. She had a score of 18 out of 25. That one was also not mastered.
Right. Okay.
So overall, we can see that she needs help with phonics. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to the graded word list, which was test 10. She had to read a list of words, and the test was composed of the independent reading level, instructional reading level, and frustration.
Okay.
And so after she completed the test, her independent reading level was considered at grade first grade.
Okay.
And her instructional reading level was grade 2nd, and frustration reading level was grade 3rd.
That's right in line with what I have found.
Okay, great. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to the running records. So on a Friday, I brought a poem, and she read the poem, but I noticed as she reads kind of at slower pace.
Mm-hmm.
She's a slower pace reader.
Very slow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so her oral reading accuracy was a 78%.
Okay.
And the self-correction rate, she had 0 and an error rate of 20, also with the poem. Okay, and then another assessment that I completed was the fluency assessment with her, and she scored a 2 on expression and volume. Smoothness was also a 2, and her pace was also a 2 as well.
Yeah.
And then phrasing, she was given a score of 1 because she does read at a slower pace, and she takes her time.
I know when she reads for me, it's more word for word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, which I've noticed
So
as
we're
well.
seeing the same thing.
Yes. Okay, and then the next test we took was the fluency words per minute. And I used a book entitled Blizzard, and it was a 4th grade book with her. The words correct per minute, she had a total of 66 words per minute. And an error of 10. And in the 4th grade, words per minute ranges from 78 to 124.
So she's below.
Yes, ma'am, she's below. Okay, and then the next test we took was the spelling inventory test. She got only 3 out of 25 correct.
Whoa, that's low even for her.
Yes.
Yeah. Were they 4th grade level words?
They were the primary spelling inventory.
Gotcha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And so,
That's low even for her, so.
yes.
Yeah, she's an all-around low.
Yes. But I did notice, if I did say a word, she did use it the way, like the first letter of the word was correct always. And then she had